calm more down. Calm more down. Like, calm the fuck down. This thing you are doing is rubbish. Guys, welcome back to BBN Update on Gusto TV. My name is Naya. Welcome back, you guys. So, before we move right into everything that has been going on, I want to quickly talk about this fight that happened between Fina and Groovy yesterday. Personally, if you go through this whole story, I'm just going to say I feel like Groovy is tired. And Fina needs to just move on. That's what she has to do, because this fight has lingered from yesterday up until today, and it is exhausting to see. So yesterday, after their mini task, Fina wasn't happy. Fina is really not happy after she does the task and she doesn't do well in it. So normally she wasn't happy. She was sad. She was complaining to Groovy. Groovy wasn't even having. He was very bored of the conversation. He wasn't even paying attention to what she was saying. Then, they were having a conversation. Then I think somebody came into the outside lounge where they were all chilling now and was like, oh, that he wants to make Poundo, that, somebody should come and join him. Then I think Dotun stood up. Then Groovy as well now stood up as per he wants to go in. First of all, that's very offensive. That is rude as hell. I was just like, bro, what the hell is going on here? I'm having a conversation with you and then you're standing up as per what I'm talking is rubbish. As in, what I'm talking is rubbish. That's literally what it was screaming. So he stood up and then he said he's going inside to go and join and do the Poundo. And Fina made a statement along the line of there was something she said about her, oh, so it's only you that knows how to go and make Poundo now. As far she's talking to you and then you're standing up to go and do something. And basically, I think that was his exit. It was time for him to X. That's just basically what it was. Time for him to X. And she said that thing in a very low tone, and he heard it. And he started raising his voice that, what kind of talk is that? That can't he go inside and go and join them and make Poundo? In my head, I'm like, when did you ever even become concerned about cooking in the house? Because everything you eat, they give it to you. You don't do shit in the kitchen. So suddenly you want to go and make Poundo because somebody is telling you something that you don't want to hear because you find the person irritating. So then she was like, okay, now carry mic, loud down. Carry mic, loud down. The next thing he's talking about how she disrespects him, how she disregards him, how she's so loud, how she's this, she's that. You don't expect to be telling me this kind of thing, and then I'm just looking at you like, okay. Obviously, Fina was trying to defend herself, and Chichi was there. Eventually, Chichi joined them, and Chichi was listening to the whole conversation. He didn't say anything at first. Chichi wasn't saying anything. They were just paying attention and listening to everything that he had to say. So then, he kept on going back and forth on how she doesn't have respect. And in my head, I'm like, what's going on here? This is not the Groovy I used to know. This is not the Groovy. Groovy is a very reserved person. Everybody knows him because he's calm. You could literally punch Groovy in the face and he won't say shit. So it just felt like that moment when he was ranting. It felt like there's something deep within him that he's angry about that he doesn't want to say, or he's either irritated at Fina. He has to be one of the both. You can't tell me nothing. He has to be one of the both. Even Chichi now said it that this matter no gets head, or whatever the pidgin he spoke was, that there's something Groovy is not talking about that's annoying him. So Fina wasn't happy over the whole incident. And eventually she had a conversation, she was trying to explain herself to Chichi and Chichi that were there to listen. And then she kept on going, talking about how, she feels like Groovy's heart is somewhere else. And the somewhere else she's talking about, we obviously know who it is. She didn't want to mention it. And that was very smart of her, to be honest. Avoid hearsay. This person said, this person did not say. She has been in that situation once, so she wouldn't want it again. And then she said, that she feels like his heart is somewhere else. That's why he's acting this way. And she wasn't going to apologize because she did not do anything wrong. Eventually, she also had a conversation with Bella, and I'm like, wow, both of you, how? Conversation with Bella. So maybe she had a conversation with Bella because she thinks, Bella will understand better as well. Groovy and Sheggs are friends. I don't know where her mind was when she was having a conversation with Bella. But she was basically telling Bella everything that had gone down with the fight, how Groovy had even moved his things out of the wardrobe. Groovy didn't spend the night with her on the bed. And Bella was listening and trying to give her advice, basically, telling her that, men sometimes they act like babies, and we as the women, we are the ones that have to step up and do this, do that. She was talking like somebody that's speaking from experience. In my head, I'm like, wow, you have a lot to say. Somebody in a very toxic relationship, you do have a lot of advice to dish out. Nice one. Very, very nice one. Thank you very much. We are listening to you. The next moment you are fighting with your own man, and then you are here dishing advices on perfect relationship. She also advised her to, later in the night that she should try and talk to Groovy. She should call Groovy to the side and tell him, see, I want us to have a conversation and I want you to listen. Don't let him talk. You just talk and make him listen. I'm like, though, hey, therapist. Okay. I just want to see where this is going to go. And she kept on giving her advice of how to go about the whole relationship. And Fina kept saying that she didn't do anything wrong and that Groovy hasn't even come to speak to her since like the whole day and all of that. And she feels like unless she apologizes, they will be good. But if she does not, she doesn't think that Groovy would want to make any advances and all of that. She also mentioned the whole same thing about her feeling like he wants to move like to other girls. That's why he's acting this way. And in my head, I'm like, okay, you have this feeling. You're like, your intuitions are actually very correct. So why don't you follow it? Your mind is telling you this and you are smart enough. Like at this point, I'm like, wow, so you even know. So then let it die. As far as you guys are saying this relationship was based on vibes. So why do you even give a shit now? You see the energy you've been maintaining to not talk to him. Please keep it up. This advice Bella is giving you to go and talk to Groovy later at night. Call it work. Don't do it. That's going to be your biggest mistake because this guy's just using you. Like Groovy is such a user. Proper. I don't even know why he's now acting this way. So all of a sudden after she's up for eviction, I don't know if it's because maybe he has weighed the people she's up against. That's Chomzy, Bella, Elo Swag, and maybe he feels like Chomzy is like a stronger person like than Fina. I guess that's what's going on in his head because yesterday he told Chomzy that he wants them to have a conversation in private. And I'm like, how? Are we back where we left this thing a while back? So why are we coming back here? What conversation do you want to have with Chomzy? I thought this issue is dead and buried. I'm sure not moved on. So they're still going to have the conversation if they've not had the conversation. And I can't wait. Like, I really want to watch and listen to what he wants to say to her. Is that why he's been acting salty towards Fina of late? Is that, like, there's just a lot I don't understand that. And Groovy is not one to speak. He would not talk. So, moving on, Bella went to now meet Shegz today. Just a few minutes ago, she went to meet Shegz to have a conversation with him. Basically dragged him into the room where they're in private talking about how Fina came to meet her to tell her about her relationship problem and that she feels like why Fina came to meet her is because she has a good relationship going on in the house. That's she and Shegg's relationship. Do you remember this video meme that there's a picture meme rather that there's like equations and you're confused like what's going on? Like, bro, we that are watching, we know what you are going through. You are not happy in this thing you call relationship. Forget the fact that you're always saying that if Shegz leaves you, that this relationship with Shegz, you want it to work out because this is what you want, that you fight for it, you do this one for it, asking for dinner date, you're doing this one. Alaye, calm down. Calm more down. Like, calm the fuck down. This thing you are doing is rubbish. So she was basically talking to Shegz and then she asked him, so when you people were in your lockdown room before we entered the house, was this the plan for you to move from ladies to ladies in the house? And then Shegz said yes, but it wasn't exactly the plan. The plan was if you eventually find somebody you want to settle with, you settle with the person. And that's why he found Bella and he settled. But maybe Groovy is still moving on to people and all of that. In all of this, I'm actually waiting for Groovy to say something. So that's just what I want. I want you to say, and I'll be so pissed. I'll be so fucking pissed if Fina ends up having a conversation with Groovy this night. Like, don't see good riddance, Papa. Carry your wala they go. You can't be stressing somebody unnecessarily because this is just you picking issues from where there's no issue. This babe did not do anything to you. So it was very unnecessary. Moving on, I told you guys that this week we are going to have fights. Surprisingly, it's already Wednesday and then we've not really had the kind of fights I'm looking for. And then surprisingly, they still have food, even though they lost their wager last week. They still have food. But then I had a feeling that, the whole fight was going to be about food, and they've not really had fights. And I'm waiting for it. I don't want to be a bad person and say, oh, maybe they should not win this week's wager. They should win it in Jesus' name. They're working hard. They're actually putting in a lot of efforts for like whatever they're preparing for. Some whole like tribe, Yoruba tribe, something. I'm here to get like the proper like memo of what they are doing exactly. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be on Friday by 2. I'm going to go live for that one, just so you know. So there was a fight between Rachel and Chichi yesterday in the kitchen. They were talking about, Adekunle was talking about how Rachel, was it Chichi? Who? Somebody. Chichi has Deji's and Giddy Fire's food stuff or something, or egg. I don't know if food stuff or egg. And Chichi was like, wow, are you serious? Me, that she didn't even know she has such a thing. As far as she doesn't have. She was basically trying to say that she doesn't have. Then I don't even know what issue. But like I feel like Rachel has a problem with Chichi. She's constantly poking at her, trying to pick a fight where there's no fight. Like, when somebody is trying so hard and you can just see it. And then Chichi is just like trying to like ignore her. And then I think Chichi has like a half crate of egg. Rachel has like a full crate of egg. And Rachel is trying to take from Chichi's egg. I don't know if it's the egg that the previous housemates that were evicted left for them. So I don't even know. I don't even understand. But, Chichi was not trying to tell her that what she's doing, that she's being really selfish, that why would you have a full crate? You wouldn't want to take from that one, but you want to take from this one. They were just going back and forth. Rachel is calling her a liar. Chichi is calling her a liar back. This was just a very unnecessary fight. I'm like, why? Please. Anyways, moving on. Then there's this brewing ship between Deji, sorry, not Deji, Cheesy and Donyi. That over time, it's almost like Donyi really wants to be in a form of situation. And she has said it before that she's not someone that likes to be alone. Like, she has actually said it like countless times, that even outside the house, she's not somebody that likes to be alone. And then with Cheesy, it's almost like they're just like some sort of, he's looking out for her. Even though when he made a list of people that he didn't want to, he wanted to like remain good friends with outside the house, she was not on that list. And when she had the conversation, she was not happy. But I feel like he's actually, when somebody just cares about you and the person is looking out for you. That's why he told her had that conversation with her about her staying out of people's business, especially Bella and Sheggs, and leaving them to do their thing. And she got angry, she's crying. They eventually settled down one. And then eventually, like this week, yesterday again, they were having a conversation, like very serious conversation, where it just seems like there's sort of like a chemistry there, but we don't know what it is, considering the fact that countless times Chichi has said that he's not one for ships in the house. Like, he has said it a lot of times that he does not dig it. So with him, I don't know if it's a strategy or him just trying to be in her corner, be friends with her, so that she doesn't necessarily have to be in people's faces and all of that. But Donyi, they had Donyi to like somebody and catch feelings. So I hope she uses her head in this one, but I don't think she's a bad person to, that's trying to play her, because he doesn't even have anything to lose. I mean, I know he knows. I want to believe that he knows that he's going to be in the house at least until day 72, so he doesn't even have a problem. So like, shipping should be the last thing on his head. Yesterday while I was watching, after the housemates came into the main lounge inside the house, then Big Brother had put up the ex-housemates, housemates that have been evicted from the show for this season. He puts up their pictures on the wall. Is it wall of fame they call it or whatever? I don't even know. But he puts up pictures like Christy O, Saif, Khalid, Diana, Amaka, Mr. Kess, the rest, those of them that have been evicted. He put up their pictures on the wall, and then the housemates came in. I remember that is a lot of previous level 2 housemates that have been evicted. So, they came in, they were all emotional looking at the pictures. Even Bryann was feeling bad because, you could read through Bryan's emotions that he felt bad that he nominated Amaka. There was just, even Fina was there looking at the picture, they were mentioning names. She was like, oh, see Mr. Kess, that used to say, oh, I'm a very emotionless motherfucker. She was basically mentioning that. She was like, oh my god, look at Ilebaye, she's so pretty with her smile. Even Khalid was there. She was so sorry. Daniela was there. She was so happy. Everybody was just they were just rejoicing. Even though level 1 housemates were just sitting down chilling, what's going on here? So, Daniela was what caught my attention in all of that thing, because I was just watching her. She kept on going about, oh, look at this housemate, oh, look at that housemate, oh, look at this housemate. And in all of this, as one, she never mentioned Khalid's name. She never mentioned, that was very absurd. I was like, what's going on here? I kept on waiting. I gave her time. Up until they even called for a meeting, and then they came back again to look at the pictures again. She never mentioned Khalid's name. In my head, I'm like, wow, are you serious? Is that how much guilt you feel deep inside of you? Or are you disregarding him now for real? Based on he doesn't mean anything to you, or he doesn't matter. I swear, I don't know. Nobody knows what's going on in her head or why she disregarded him. But that's her problem. So yeah, you guys, we've come to the end of this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let me know your thoughts on what you think on everything that's happened so far, or what you think is going to happen soon, the fights that you're expecting, and especially who you guys will be voting for. Because I'm actually curious to know who's going to leave this period this Sunday. And yeah, on Friday we are going to have our live session by 2 for the arena, no, for the wager task, and then in the evening by 6 for the arena games. I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.